All right, y'all. Well, we are live on this beautiful Wednesday. Is it a Wednesday? I don't even know what day it is anymore, guys. I don't know even what day it is anymore. Doesn't even matter, though. Blessings to everybody. In the name of Jesus, Yeshua, the Messiah, I do pray that everybody is very blessed on this beautiful day, this volatile day. Guys, it is an amazing day for trading Bitcoin. It is just one of those crazy days, guys. I have taken a number of trades today. Shout out to everyone in the Casper Crew VIP Discord this morning during the New York Open live stream. We caught a few juicy trades today. It's been a good day. Cheers to everybody. Got myself the good old San Pellegrino. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Falcon. Shout out to Tommy Two Guns. Shout out to Jamie. And shout out to Limited 5-minute bearish absorption. Yeah, we're going to be diving into these charts, guys. We're going to be diving into the charts because, yeah, it's a very interesting day for Bitcoin. As we all know, we are coming to some key zones of support and resistance, and it is a new month, which means we have a new monthly candle, which means new opportunities for longing, new opportunities for shorting, and depending on what happens the rest of this week, I think that's going to kind of give us our bias for basically the rest of the month. So Mr. G says, chop, chop, chop. You know, I love chop, 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 man. I'll tell you why. Because, you know, for me, this is the kind of price action I absolutely love, right? I absolutely love this. It made for a really nice, well, basically this morning, we got a long from down here at 23,574. Got a short from up here at 23,836. Got a long from down here, and then got another long from down here, which I'm currently still in. This choppy price action is so awesome because really we've just been trading this sideways range, guys. I mean, you know, on the 1 hour time frame, this looks like nothing, but if we zoom in to a 1 minute time frame, or let's even go to like a 6 minute time frame, this has been a beautiful range for trading. Absolutely beautiful range for trading. Shout out to everybody in the Casper Crew who was trading this with me this morning because the levels are just so well respected here. I mean, first of all, we had a CDW, right? We had the first long trade that I took was just basically a swing failure pattern, right? Chickens drinking water, where we came down and we took the low that we had right here. We took this low with bullish divergences and we got a nice move up to the top of the range. Beautiful. Took the low, bullish divergence. Came up to the top of the range. We come up to the top of the range here. And what do? We come up right to the golden pocket, which is also at the time the value area high of the range. And we got some nice bearish confirmations up here. We got some nice absorption up here. We saw bearish CVD. In fact, if we take a look at coinanalyze.net, when we came up to that high, right, what did we actually see here? It was actually pretty dang juicy. We came up to the high, which just so happened to be the value area high of the range, and we saw bearish CVD, right? Price was making a lower high, CVD was making a higher high, which, by the way, we are currently doing right now, just so you're aware. And we also saw the open interest increase very much so as we came up to that high. This is called absorption. This means that retail traders are FOMOing long, but the whales are up here absorbing those retail traders FOMOing long, right? The market makers, the whales, I don't know, whatever you want to call them, bigger players, they're up here feasting on those retail traders FOMOing long, right? And that gave us the short to the downside, and that is currently the short trade that I am still in right now. And then we come down to the low again, and what do we get when we come down to the low again? Well, we get another chickens drink water. We get another lower low down here with another bullish divergence on the 6 minute time frame, made for another long trade, which was also taken on stream. And then we came up to the Fibonacci golden pocket, got another move to the downside from the Fibonacci golden pocket, and then when we come down here we get another chickens drink water, right? It's absolutely crazy, but another chickens drink water, where as the price is continuing to make drives of lower lows, we are continuing to make drives of higher lows on the oscillator, which is what got me into the long trade that I'm currently in right now. And so, you know, some people say choppy price action. For me, this is the kind of stuff I love because you know, first of all, it's really fun. Second of all, it's so dang technical. The levels are so respected here for Bitcoin. It's absolutely crazy how much these levels are respected for Bitcoin. And, you know, it makes for a good time. It makes for a lucrative time. And, you know, this is not only are these levels respected, but, you know, also yesterday, all these Bitcoin levels have been respected in these local ranges, right? Yesterday, when we were looking for trades in this range down here, right? Yesterday, we were looking for a short from this zone, and we were looking for a long from this zone. And these levels were absolutely respected. It's crazy. In fact, not only were we looking for a short from here and a long from here, but we were also looking for a short from this high, which I did not take because I was asleep. But, yeah, it's pretty crazy. The levels are respected, and that really does give me... It encourages me because, you know, it means if you miss a trade, right? If you miss a trade, there's still plenty of trades to take. The levels are respected. There's no need to FOMO. There's no need to chase price because the levels are absolutely being respected here. So, yeah, if we take a look in the Discord, yeah, yesterday the scalp levels that we were looking at were basically to take a short from 23,550, and then the long from down here from like 23,950, and then the short from up here at 23,894.5, and those are the three pivots that we actually put in. These levels are being so dang respected, guys. So it's very encouraging to me as a trader because I miss trades a lot, sleeping and taking care of other stuff, but if we're just patient waiting for our levels, we will come to them, right? So that's what's happening locally right now, guys. And also locally, we have to be aware that we're still in the range, right? We shouldn't get overly bearish or bullish until we break out of this sideways range right here. Or break down from this sideways range. And as we can see, if we do take a look at the order flow chart, we are seeing continued bearish absorption here. So as the price continues to make lower and lower highs, we are seeing... people longing this, right? People are longing this, and what this basically means is there is absorption. This is bearish absorption. This is showing us that whales are indeed feasting on the retail trader FOMOing long here. Whales are building shorts right now. The big players are building shorts. They are just gobbling up all these longs to build shorts here, looking to push the price down lower. Now, if we take a look at now let me set a few alerts here, actually, guys. Let me set a few alerts. And let's just make sure that this is up to date here. I do want to set an alert when we come to the golden pocket again, because I do think this is a key level. And then I do want to set an alert if we come down to the VWAP again, which we very well may. Yeah, so basically, let's take a look now at a higher term time frame. It's amazing how much excitement there could be on such a low time frame, right? Because this is the 6 minute. When we go to the 1 hour, this just looks like a piece of nothing. But we've been able to take 4 or 5 trades in here today. So when we zoom out on the 1 hour, and by the way, if you want to join the Casper crew, you can go to patreon.com/JasonCasper. Today is the day to join because it's the beginning of the month. And also, this Friday, we're going to have games, multiple chances to win $500 and a really fun time. So here we are, we find ourselves, guys, having basically, once again, been unable to reclaim this trend line. Okay, now I do have to say, this is not the most bearish looking thing in the world yet. What is bearish to me is the fact that we are seeing whales absorbing longs here. Okay, so people are longing here thinking we're going to break out, but we're seeing the bigger players actually absorb those longs. And also, we just have to understand the overall context is this as well. If we just take a look at all the volume that has traded since February 15th, we can see that we are, in fact, right now, holding as support this very key zone, 23,680. I'll say 23,680. This is a crucial zone, 23,680, because if we can hold above 23,680 for the Bitcoin price, then we are absolutely going to see Bitcoin get a move up to some of these highs. I would be looking up to the 24,500-ish area. Right? Because what happens is the market has established a fair value for Bitcoin for the past few weeks right here, for the past half a month. And so a fair price for Bitcoin is between the price of 23,650 and 24 like 25K, right? So what that means is when the price comes below this area, it's actually a cheap price, and so we should look to be buying here. And then once we come back inside the fair value zone, well, we could expect a move toward the top of this fair value zone is the place where we would want to be selling or taking profits on our longs. And the fact that we're coming up and actually holding above this level right now actually is a little bit bullish. I made a video about this morning, and we're going to have to kind of wait and see what happens. But if we look at the 1 hour here, market Cipher B, we can see a few very interesting things. First of all, we did last night print the slightest bullish divergence on the 1 hour here, okay? It's very, very slight, but we can see that when we came down to that low, we absolutely did print a bullish divergence, and we could see that price was getting lower, the momentum waves were getting higher, giving us a very slight, uneven butt cheek pattern here with a very juicy left butt cheek followed by a skinny right cheek. But yeah, it was very, very slight, right? And so this is typically a bottom signal, and what I like right now is it looks like the 1 hour wants to give us another push to the upside. This VWAP is curving up to the upside, and the reason why I really like this is because I have a bullish target right now. I have a bullish target, and my bullish target is going to be basically around this zone right here. We're going to pull our fib from the low to the high, and we're going to draw a box. It's a pretty big zone. I have more specific levels that I posted in the Discord this morning. But around this zone, right, we have a very juicy area of resistance because it's the Fibonacci golden pocket, it's the point of control of the range, and we just have some nice liquidity from these highs that can be snagged. And if we get one push up here, look what could happen on the 1 hour time frame. Really looks like we could get bearish divergence with not only bearish divergence, but I mean multiple drives of it, right, from this high. Because we've already been printing bearish divergence on the 1 hour as we came up to here, but I don't necessarily like the look of this bearish divergence too much, and the reason why is because it's not really a local bullish divergence, right? When we're looking at this bearish divergence here, what I would like to see is I would like to see the previous high printing a higher momentum wave than the current high, but instead we don't see that. In fact, so locally we're not seeing the bearish divergence, we're seeing it back from here. What I want to see is I want to see another push up. I want to see another drive of bearish div on the 1 hour. And to me, this would be my bullish target where I would actually be looking to take profits on the long trade that I'm currently holding right now from this low, potentially, of course, because we don't know if we're going to get there. But, and I would also be looking to actually compound at that zone, looking to compound the swing short that I am in from 25.3 as well. So that's kind of my plan for it. And you know what's interesting also, guys, is if we come above this green box, then I think we're gonna have another go at the highs, because I don't know if you've seen the daily market Cipher B right now, but it is not looking too bearish actually. In fact, let's put this stuff in a folder and take a look at the daily market Cipher B, because although in fact we were printing the dreaded upside down Sam Bankman-Fried bearish man boob pattern, where we got the left boob over here, which is very big. Look at how much different Sam Bankman-Fried's chests are, right? We got the left-hand side. This is the side he would actually use to excite Caroline, right? When she wasn't using a stop loss, he would keep her interested in the trade by flapping his left man boob at her. But the right boob, that did not excite her at all. That caused them to get into some arguments, okay? And the right boob is very small compared to the left, and the money flow is getting lower. And when we take a look at the daily time frame, yes, we see that just like Sam Bankman-Fried's chest, market Cipher B, as the price continues to get higher and higher into key resistance, it is printing that bearish Sam Bankman-Fried pattern. But look at the daily time frame right now, okay? Look at the daily time frame right now. To me, okay, and I know CVD is bearish locally, but to me, when I see something like this, money flow getting thicker, and when I see an anchor and a trigger wave after having printed a bullish, hidden bullish divergence on the daily, now we're printing a bullish trigger wave here, as the Bitcoin price is holding key support, to me, makes me think like, look, if we're going to come back into the range, I think there's a good chance we go for that high one more time. I think there's a really good chance we go for this high one more time at 25,000. Now, one of the reasons why I'd be super stoked on that is because, well, you know, first of all, we're long, right? We're long. In the Casper Crew VIP Discord, we are long from that low right down there around 22.8, and I'm still actually holding this long trade right now from 22.8. And I mean, the reason why is because we came down to this very, very key zone of support down here, which was the Fibonacci golden pocket retracement. And we have this pattern, right? And shout out to everybody who took this trade as well in the Casper Crew of VIP Discord. Very, very juicy trade, by the way. So juicy that this stop hunt didn't even get me, right? So, yeah, what's so juicy about this is the fact that, look at this, right? So, from the first, here we are again, finding support locally on the Fibonacci golden pocket retracement, and we're seeing some continuation patterns on these higher term time frames. And I know people have been hating in the comments saying, Jason Casper, you're such a flopper and a groper, man. You know, you can't make up your mind. You can't make up your mind about whether or not you want a long or short. Oh crap, is my stream down right now? No, my stream is up. Is my stream up or down? I don't know. But make sure to like the stream, guys. Make sure to FOMO into the like. I don't know what the heck is going on. But it looks like maybe I'm having some issues streaming here. Let me know if you've got some lag. Yeah, so people say, you know, I can't make up my mind, I'm bearish, I'm bullish. Look, here's the thing, guys. We have to be prepared to hold multiple scenarios, right, in tension. We need to hold multiple scenarios at tension. That's going to keep us from getting wrecked, right? We need to be able to trade what the charts are doing in the moment, right? That's how we're able to trade these markets, right? This is how we're able to trade these markets. We need to be able to look at the charts, understand, look, this could happen, this could happen, this could happen, that could happen, and then we're prepared so that whatever happens, we're ready to take action, right? There's no such thing as crystal balls over here, guys. We can't predict the future, right? We can't. Anybody who says they can, it's absolutely a lie, right? There's different things we can look at to say this is likely, this is not likely. The truth is right now, things are very uncertain looking. There's bullish and bearish indications, so we need to be prepared for multiple scenarios. But when it comes to the higher term time frames, we have been spot on with all our analysis, right? We've been spot on with the short trade from 25,285. We've been spot on with the long trade from 22.8. We were spot on with the short trade a few days ago from 23,828. And pretty much every single level that we have been looking at has given us some kind of reaction, right? But we need to be able to hold these things in tension and then make a decision when the time comes, right? So on the higher term time frames, yeah, I could totally see us coming to take that high. Doesn't mean we're going to, but we have to be prepared for it. And if we do come up there, then we really need to be watching the daily money flow. Because if we come above this high and the daily money flow is higher than it was back here on January 28th, right? If the money flow comes above 39.2 on market Cipher B on the daily time frame, remember this level, 39.2 money flow on market Cipher B. If money flow comes above there, I will no longer be looking to short a higher high because those bearish divergences on the daily are going to be invalidated. And people are asking, what about the bearish divs on the 3-day? What about the bearish divs on the 2-day? You know, the 2-day did look pretty bearish, but look at the 3-day right now. The 3-day is actually looking kind of bullish. Money flow is still getting higher. If we take a look at the 5-day, money flow is about to get a curve to the upside. If we take a look at the 6-day, money flow also about to curve to the upside. This could be a legitimate breakout, guys, because here's something also we have to understand. We're used to the bear market, but in a bull market, bearish signs can act as just a buy the dip sign, right? I'm not saying that we're entering into buy the dip territory, but when the 4-hour money flow was red right here, this was buy the dip territory, right? And 4-hour money flow is red right now. We need to be watching this because if it starts to curve up, you know, that's a real bullish sign, but this could also be buy the dip territory, right? A lot of times that purple money flow will act as support when we come down and make a low. And shout out to everybody who has liked the stream. May God bless you all. Shout out to everybody in the chat right now, as Bitcoin is actually getting a little bit of a pump to the upside right now. Wow, would you look at this, guys? Would you look at this? We got about 800 people in here, about 200 likes. Let's see if we can get the likes up, guys, to 800 likes. That would be absolutely crazy. All right, so people want me to take a look at the Coinbase chart. people want the pump song. Would it be wise to long now if you're not in a position? I would say no, absolutely not. To me, this is a no trade zone. And the reason why is because we're smack dab in the middle of a sideways range right here with equal upside as there is to downside, right? So what we want to do is we want to be looking for entries. We want to buy low and sell high, right? If we come back down to these lows, these would be areas, in my opinion, to start looking for longs. If we come back up to these highs, these are areas to start looking for shorts. But right now, this is no man's land. I know I'm on a 1-minute chart, guys, but even if we're on a 15-minute chart, it depends, like, on your leverage and your plan and all this. But no, in my opinion, this is not a time to be entering a trade. In my opinion, guys, I don't really necessarily see a long trade, specifically a long trade, to be had here. We're coming up to key resistance, right? So let's say we were going to enter a long here, like a lower leverage long. What would our plan have to be? I mean, we know that we have resistance just above us, which is right here. So we're longing into resistance. And if we want to put our stop loss below the low, well, I mean, we're basically risking as much as we're looking to get. And if we really want to be smart about a real long, like if it's a swing long, we'd have to put our stop loss below this low. In which case, this is a horrible risk to reward, and even if we're hitting up for our green box, we're still risking more than we're potentially winning right here about, you know. So this is not a good place to long, in my opinion. This is not a good place to long. But you know what would be an interesting place to long would be if we come down to this zone right here, right? This zone right down here where we have the golden pocket, and we have the we have some other nice levels down there, and it's really, I mean, this whole zone right in here, this yellow line is key support. We have very, very key support right here, right? If we come back down to test these lows, this would be a place where I'd be looking to get into a long, and the reason why is because if we just take a look at the volume that's traded here, right? Let's take a look at, for example, the 24-minute. Let's take a look at the 24. All right, I love the 24-minute. When we take a look at the 24-minute, what do we see? We are seeing that we have the old value area high of this range right here, and we also have some other nice confluences in this little zone support resistance flip. This, in my opinion, is an area to be looking for longs, right? And if we lose this area, then I would say it's likely that we're going to come back down inside the range. So if we lose this area, then we can actually look for a short on the retest of the support resistance flip, in which case I would look for something like this, right? When we get the retest. So usually what happens is, you know, we will get that back test, we could pull a fib and do something like this, right? Giving us a nice entry right here. But right now, definitely not looking for a long here, to be honest. But hey, who knows? I'm the worst trader in the world and the most confused. So please don't listen to a word I say, and this is not financial advice in any way, shape, or form. Let's see if we can get some. All right. Yo, Crypto Incognito, what is going on? How much capital am I using in my trade? James, I put about $100,000 on a trade. About 100,000 contracts on the trade. Leverage doesn't matter. You know, leverage does not matter. That's the thing. You could use 1x or 100x. It does not matter. What really matters is the risk to reward and the invalidation and your stop loss and all that. All right, leverage does not matter. Yeah, so these are going to be the key levels, guys. First of all, we've got the green box up here. We've got the green box up here. This is going to be a key area of resistance, right? Then, of course, we know that this green box right here at like 23.5 is very, very key support, which is why we are long from there. And then we also know if we lose 23.5, then the next major zone of support for me is going to be 23,200. And if we lose 23,200, that's pretty bearish. But as long as we hold 23,200, in my opinion, that's kind of bullish, because we will be holding this trend line and actually trading in somewhat of a channel here, right? A pretty clear channel where we had a nice horizontal support flipped into resistance, and then we will have a nice level now of support here as well. Now, I know what you're saying. This looks like a giant bear flag, and you're right. You're right, but even still, we could still break out of it. That happens a lot with Bitcoin. What is the longest you've left a leveraged perpetual futures trade open? Months. Months. I've left them open for months, man. Oriflame offered to try the indicator much better than market Cipher. All right, I'll give it a shot, man. I'll give it a shot. You know, I'll give it a shot. Can I explain naked points of control? Yes. They are points of control that are naked. All right. They have no clothes on. All right. If I take off my shirt right now, I will be a naked point of control, you know? Just kidding. So a naked point of control is basically if we're looking at a volume profile chart like this one right here, right? And by the way, if you want to learn all about charts like this, check out the advanced course at jasoncaspertrading.com. Click advanced course. This will give you all the information about naked points of control, order flow, TPO, and all that stuff. There's a 20% discount in the description. But if we go to a volume profile chart on the daily time frame, we can see that every single day, this is a volume profile for every day, for every daily candle. These are the daily candles, right? These are the daily candles. And then what we have here is a volume profile showing us where was most of the asset bought and sold. The white lines are the points of control for the day. That's where most Bitcoin was bought and sold for that day. If a candle closes and the point of control is here, and then the price never comes back to hit that level, that is a naked point of control. Okay? If price does come back to hit the level, then it becomes clothed. So for example, back here, we can see on 16th of February 2023, we left behind a point of control when that daily candle closed at the price of 23,800. This was naked until the 21st of February when price came down and touched it, and now it became clothed. And we can also see right over here, for example, we had a naked point of control on February 23rd, and it was naked until the price came up and literally just tapped into it, putting the close on, but then getting a rejection from there, which was actually a pretty juicy short trade. I'm pretty sure that was this short trade right here. Yep, that was this short trade from right here. So we hit into that naked point of control, set up given in advance in the Casper Crew VIP Discord, and we got a rejection from there because those naked points of control can be nice areas of support and resistance if we have nice confluences on the chart right there. So that's what that is. And again, for more info on a chart like this and a chart like this, check out the advanced course. It's a really great course. Packs a lot of information in there at jasoncaspertrading.com. Go ahead, click on the advanced course and use the coupon code JUICY discount for discount on both of these courses. Also, guys, for 0% limit fees on ByBit, link in the description. This is a great deal if you are trading these lower term time frames like I do, because if you are scalping these low term time frames, guys, you don't want those market fee, those limit fees eating into your profits, right? We want to get our profits quick and get out. So that's a good deal. And this is exclusive to Jason Casper, right? You're not going to get this just for signing up on ByBit. And if you deposit $100, you get a month free of the Crypto Fusion trading bot. So those are some good deals to check out if you're interested in good deals. And if you're not, well, then hey, it's all good in the hood. Shout out to Sudeep. What's going on? ABCDFGHI. GJ says, put your clothes on, Jason. Well, they're on, guys. I'm wearing fully clothes. I'm wearing my Market Cipher shirt, and I'm wearing some nice tight black jeans. Tight. I like my jeans tight. I know people think that's kind of questionable, but here's the thing, guys. There's something about tight jeans that just makes it feel like your legs are more stable. I don't know how else to explain it. It's like wearing boxer briefs. There's more support when you're wearing tight jeans, all right? And it just makes you feel like you can do more work. I even squat in tight jeans, guys. I squat in tight jeans. It's kind of like wearing a bodysuit, right? Like powerlifters, they wear a bodysuit. So when I'm outside in the homestead pushing wheelbarrows, I like my jeans tight, you know? It just is what it is. It gives me good good performance. You know what I'm saying? So all right, yo. All right, guys, let's smash up the likes. We got about 1,000 people in here, about 300 likes. You know, it does horrible things to a man's self-esteem. Hey, Jason, love your channel, says JR. Do you use Forex, or is ByBit the only... right now I trade on ByBit, MEXC. I'm starting to get into some other exchanges as well, but for right now I'm actively trading on ByBit and MEXC. And I was trading on Bitget as well, but I currently do not have an account on Bitget that I'm actively trading. Shout out to Jay, who just finished the ExoCharts course and is stoked to join the community. Shout out from the UK. Dude, shout out to you, Jay. Thank you so much, bro. God bless you. Shout out to Brando, and shout out to Dylan Waves, man. Go check out Dylan Waves on YouTube. He's got a good channel out there. Alright, so Crypto Brando 65 used to wear tight jeans, blew out the crotch all the time. Now you got pants with a gusset. I don't know what that is, but yeah, actually, my crotch is currently blown out as well. I got a giant gaping hole in the crotch of these jeans. Yeah, it happens, man. It happens. That's right, Honda, man. I'm trying to impress 6 Juanita with those jeans. I'm trying to impress 6 Juanita. Oh, 7860. I'm trying to impress 7860. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I don't know if she's into me, honestly. I don't know if she's into me. I don't know. Alright, so Bitcoin is now, we are officially in chop, and it's 1 p.m., which means, guys, we are going to get some volatility soon, because New York is going to come back from lunch, and it's going to be decision time on this range right now. We'll take a look at some other assets, but locally we can see, wow, we are putting in some bearish CVD divergences here. We are seeing absorption happening right here. That is what is going on, right? As we continue to put in a series of lower and lower highs here, we are seeing the open interest increase. We are seeing the CVD get higher. It looks like whales are feasting on retail traders who are just longing this, thinking we're going to break out. But it looks like the whales have a different plan. Looks like we are going to be getting a move to the downside, but we have to wait and see. What is New York going to do when they come back from lunch? If we take a look at the S&P 500 right now, we can also see something quite interesting. I'm going to quickly turn off this, and we're just going to look at what is happening locally right now with the S&P, as we are currently now trading below this very key trend line, right? This is very important, because we need to understand that this white trend line right here is very important support, having been resistant since January 2022. If we are going to continuously trade below this, and if we are going to also continuously trade below the high volume node that we have put in from January 2022, we very well may see a move back down to our box, guys, for the S&P. And that would actually be very, very bearish for Bitcoin. And so I would assume, and I could be wrong here, because the S&P has been in a downtrend now since February 1st, and Bitcoin has not, right? If we take a look at Bitcoin since February 1st, we've been actually in an uptrend, right? February 1st happened right around here. Where was February 1st? Right here. Boom, we'll put a vertical line on February 1st. Bitcoin is currently trading higher right now than it was on February 1st. Well, I shouldn't say it's trading higher. It's trading about the exact same, but we made a higher high since then, while the S&P has been in a downtrend. So we are seeing this interesting decoupling of the stock market and crypto. But I would venture to say that even though there's been a decoupling on the higher term timeframes, on the lower term timeframes, whenever we see the ES get a move to the downside or move to the upside, even very locally, Bitcoin will follow. So if the ES is going to get a major dump and actually lose these key levels of support, then we are looking down to the macro target of 3750. This is a golden pocket retracement. It's a weekly level of support, and we just have this juicy liquidity to be grabbed from down here, right? We can even see this kind of mean looking little zone of liquidity here with a unibrow that is just waiting to be snagged down here. And so I would beware as Bitcoin goes. Now the dollar is very interesting. The dollar is still finding resistance at the Fibonacci golden pocket retracement. So things are not as in sync as they have been historically with the dollar, with the stock market, and with crypto. We are seeing somewhat of a decoupling. the dollar is dumping, and the stock market and Bitcoin. Very strange times. It really is a point of indecision. It really is a point of indecision here. So once, I believe, within about a few minutes, we're going to start to see some volatility coming back into the market, typically around that 11 o'clock time when New York goes to lunch. Things slow down for a few hours, which is exactly what's happened right here. Now they're coming back. They're getting ready to buy. They're getting ready to sell. They're in New York, so they probably ate some good New York-style pizza, lots of cholesterol, lots of non-organic dairy product, which is full of strange hormones, which makes you buy and sell in strange ways. So we might see some strange volatility coming in here. We know that we have local bearish CVD, but if we go down to an even lower time frame here, like the trend reversal chart, well, we don't really see anything too significant here at all, so we can't really make any kind of an informed decision. Let's take a look at ETH here, and then we're going to take a look at some other assets. So I'm going to actually quickly remove this from my chart, put this in a folder called local. Alright, so guys, ETH has been trading in a range. Bitcoin has lost the range to the downside, but I would consider ETH to still be in the same old range right here. And man, in the Casper Crew VIP Discord, we gave this exact level for the bounce to the dang dollar. We got the bounce from there. Now let's see what's going on with ETH. We are trading in the sideways range, and boom. I would say to the upside, we have a very, very important zone of resistance, which is going to be the Fibonacci Golden Pocket confluence with that value area high. So if we take a look at this right here and pull our fib from the high to the low, and we put on our 618 Fibonacci and our 786 Fibonacci, we see a very, very clear zone of resistance right here. We have a daily level of resistance, we have a weekly level of resistance, we have the value area high of the range, and we have the Fibonacci Golden Pocket, right? So if we come up into the area between 1670 and 1700 with some bearish divergences, this could actually make for a very beautiful short position. And honestly, we could look to take this thing down to some nice lower targets. If we take our fib from the low to the high, we can see that we've actually already hit into our golden pocket retracement, right? So what does that mean? That means for me, I would be looking to take out this low, because if we're gonna put in a significant high, put in a low and bounce from the golden pocket, and we're not gonna put in a higher high, that, especially if we're rejecting from that golden pocket, that's a sign that we're just getting a retracement in a new trend, right? The golden pocket is like the make it or break it level. If we're in a trend and we're getting a bounce from the golden pocket, in order to get confirmation of trend continuation, we would want to see the trend continuation after that golden pocket bounce. So for example, if this is an uptrend from our low, our high, our higher low, we need to put in a higher high after bouncing from this Fibonacci golden pocket. Otherwise, it's more probable than not that we're not going to continue in the trend. And so right now we put in our high, we put in our low. If we start to put in now a lower high, we would want to then target below this low. That's how I would approach this here, because we've already now put in a high, and we need to watch and see what happens. This lower high, Fibonacci golden pocket, value area high of the range, that's a pretty important zone of resistance. And so for me, I would be looking down for ETH for major support at this zone right here, where we have a very clear support resistance flip, acting as support multiple times in the past, once, twice, 3, 4 times, consolidation right around 1522. 1522, we can see clear range low, buy low, sell high, the old adage, to use that term, adage, porridge and adage, and a woman named Gladys, and like all these old words that people don't use anymore. If we make our way down to here with bullish divergences, this would be the zone, honestly, I'd be looking to long, and it's really just trading the sideways range, guys. Except this is the 4-hour time frame. It's no different than trading the Bitcoin sideways range that we were trading all morning on the 1-minute time frame, right? Buy low, sell high. It's the same exact thing for Ethereum, except now we're doing it on the 4-hour time frame, and we don't have to be glued to the screen, taking our iPad to the toilet with us so that we don't miss the dang move, That's kind of what I'm looking at with ETH. Let's see if we can take a look at some other assets here. Let's see if we can get the likes up, guys. I hate begging for likes. No, I love begging for it, No, but in all seriousness, it really helps the algorithm, guys. And our goal for this YouTube channel is 100,000 subscribers, and when you like the video, it allows other people to view the content, not just this content, but the YouTube algorithm recognizes that people enjoy the content, so they will recommend it to others, right? So if you enjoy the content, make sure to hit the like, because it really does help out the channel and will help us reach the goal of 100,000. So shout out to Francisco, who's new to the stream. I'd like to know, what is the market cipher B you are using? Is the paid one? Yes, it is a paid one. It's a paid indicator. There are other ripoffs out there that do not do as good of a job, but market cipher is a paid indicator, so it's well worth the money in my opinion. That's what I'm using, marketciphertrading.com. And if you want if you want a discount, you can use the coupon code JuicyCheeks to get a 20% discount on Market Cipher. If you use my affiliate link, it will work. I think I have an affiliate link in the description, and you can use the coupon code JuicyCheeks. Tino beat me up to 100K. Yeah, I mean, Tino is out there crushing it, man. He is crushing it. A real trader has a dedicated iPad already in the bathroom. That's true. That's true. Well, here's the thing about me, though. I'm a mobile trader, so I gotta keep my stuff, you know, with me at all times. Do you have to get TradingView Premium for Market Cipher? No, you do not have to. It can be used on the free Market Cipher. Why not Juicy Butt? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, Jeff Blazo says the other ones are ripoffs. If you're risking your money, use a legit thing. Yeah, I do have to say, so if you're using a ripoff Market Cipher, you got to be careful, because the money flow is definitely not as accurate. And for me, the money flow is one of it really is it's the best part of Market Cipher. Whatever the money flow is on Market Cipher, however it's calculated, whatever the secret formula is, it's for me it's a leading indicator. It's a leading indicator. It tells you what's going to happen before it happens, right? It tells you what's going to happen before it happens. Right? Down here at these lows, like we knew for certain. I mean, I can't say we knew for certain, but when we came down and put in this low here, I was very convinced. I was publicly bullish, publicly saying we're going to get a move up, very certain about it because of the 4-hour money flow, right? When the 4-hour money flow is getting higher like this and the price continues to get lower, this is one of the most bullish signs you will ever see, right? When the money flow is getting lower and the price is getting higher, every single one of these highs made for a really nice short simply because the money flow is getting lower, right? And eventually one of those shorts was a pretty juicy one. And it's the same with this up here, right? This short up here, again, the money flow continuing to get lower over time as we come up to make that high, made for a very, very, very nice potential short if you know the zone of resistance. And that's how I got into this one right over here from the high. And potentially we'll be holding this as a swing short down to 15K. Depending on what happens here, guys. So, yeah, but, you know, at the end of the day, I'm a believer that the indicator doesn't matter as much as the trader, as much as your strategy, and mostly as much as your risk management. So, don't be messing around with indicators unless you know some technical analysis, unless you have a trading strategy or strategies, and most importantly, unless you are using a well-defined risk management strategy, because that is number one. Risk management is more important than having any kind of strategy, and having a strategy is more important than any kind of indicator. If you have risk management and strategy of any kind, you're better off than somebody using the best indicator in the world, because the indicator is the icing on the cake, y'all. It's not the be-all, end-all. When I was a new trader, I thought there was a secret indicator that was going to tell me everything I needed to know. That's not how it works, right? They can help a lot, but those other things are way more important. Don't put the cart before the horse. Shout out to Royal Fresh in the chat. May God bless you, man. May God bless you, Royal Fresh. Thank you so much for being here, man. No, if you get VIP Discord right now, you will not get double billing. You will not get double billing. How much was my initial position for the short I have locked in at $500? I don't actually know how much margin I had on the trade, but I had about 100,000 contracts on the trade. Jacob Shelton says we will never see 15K again, mark it down. Well, Jacob Shelton, I wish I could agree with you, but I can't, man. I can't agree with you. But if you're right, then please be right. Because, like, I'm ready for upside. If this is our low, I'm ready for upside. Right? I'm ready. But on the flip side of that, Bitcoin, if this is our high, I'm ready for downside, man. I'm ready. I'm ready. So, I'm not here to make predictions. I'm here to trade the levels, lock in a profit, and then say whatever happens, happens. I don't care. But I'm ready. I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? So, if this was our low for the day, I'm ready, man. Let's bring it. If this was our high for the day, I'm ready. Let's bring it. Called being in a schlong, guys. In a schlong. That's my bread and butter is schlonging. You gotta take profits. You got to look for the setups, take a profit, move the stop loss to the entry, and then let price do what price is going to do, right? Because when you take a short from the high of a range, when you buy low and sell high, right? When you buy low and sell high, eventually, right? Eventually, we know that this range is going to break, right? This could be a bull flag, could be anything. We don't know. Eventually, this range is going to break. Let's say it breaks down. Well, guess what? I shorted the top of a giant move. Locked in a profit, stop loss to the entry, but if it breaks down, man, I'm in a good place. Or longed it from the bottom, right? Guess what? If this is a bull flag and we break out of here, longed it from the bottom, right? Locked in a profit, stop loss to the entry. This is my non-FOMO strategy that keeps me from chasing price, keeps me from FOMOing. Right? And you do this on multiple time frames. I'm doing this on the 1 minute time frame, and I'm doing this on the 4 hour time frame where I'm long from the low and I'm short from the high, and whatever happens here does not matter, right? I've locked in a profit on both trades. I'm ready for whatever, right? If this is the top and all you bearish people out there are right, well, awesome. And if my man in the chat is right and this is the bottom, well, awesome, great. It's going to be a good time. And that's what's so good about technical analysis, right? Because we can't really know what the price is going to do, but we can know what are those levels to be looking for the trades. Like, we can identify those in advance. Like the short trade identified in advance, the long trade identified also in advance on these swing trades. And it's like, well, if we hit the swing trade and we lock in a profit and we still hold it as if it's a swing trade and we're going to hit these final targets, then we can't lose, right? We can't lose. We can only win. And it's all about putting yourself in a position where you're, first of all, not going to lose money. Then we can worry about making money. And then we can go for the gold, right? Irresponsibly bullish. Shooting for a $30,000 take profit on this long right now because I'm irresponsibly bullish because I've guaranteed a win already on this, right? So I don't care what happens. I do not care. Shout out to everybody in the chat right now. Recommended says tight move equals big, tight candles equals big move. Tight move equals big candles. 15 minute looks super bearish, says Nick Papp. What's my story on transitioning from working to trading full time? I could do a video on that, but I have a very unique story, different than most people. And I've never traded full time, to be honest with you. I've never traded full time. I don't recommend trading full time. I recommend becoming self-sufficient as possible. That's me. I wouldn't even consider myself a trader. I consider myself a self-sufficient human being, striving in that direction, right? I grow my own food. I raise my own animals. I've been an entrepreneur since I was in high school. I have been into investing since 2015, 2016, around then. I'm just constantly moving in a way where I can say I don't want to have anybody else who can hold anything over me, right? Food, paycheck, any of that kind of stuff. So, and I would never want to be in a position where trading was my only source of income. I would not want that, right? I could do it. I know I could do it, but I wouldn't want that. My mentor told me that there's 3 pillars to self-sufficiency. So businesses is a big part of that. Having businesses, that's a huge part. Businesses are huge assets. And then the second pillar is investing what you make from those businesses to grow your businesses and also to acquire physical, tangible assets. Land, animals. That's what I consider tangible assets. Real wealth is land and animals. Because if you have land and you have animals, you are self-sufficient. You are able to create for yourself the things that most people are a slave to a paycheck to buy, right? You go to a job to work for a paycheck. Why? So that you can buy food, right? And pay your rent. Well, if you have land, you don't have to pay rent. I'm not talking about government extortion, which is taxes, right? Yeah, got to pay that. Otherwise, yeah, they'll take, yeah, you don't really own it. Okay? But you get what I'm saying, right? You get what I'm saying, right? And of course, guys, all of this, I do with the worldview that there's a creator, there is a personal God, and that he is sovereign over all things, right? So, do I recycle my own toilet paper? Well, here's the thing, player one. That's actually a more sanitary way to go than having a flushing toilet. I know this is going to sound crazy, okay? But having a composting toilet is more sanitary than having a flushing toilet. And I'll tell you why. Because every time you flush that toilet, man, you know how much fecal matter comes out into the air and gets on your toothbrush and your towel and all that? A lot, right? But if you're just pooping in a bucket and covering it with some sawdust, guess what? The bacteria will come in there. It will decompose it. There's not going to be any pathogens in there, right? And not only that, you don't have to worry about a septic tank. You don't have to pay for any kind of sewer service. You just dump it out in the woods, and it doesn't smell. It looks like dirt, and it'll just go down into the dirt, help the trees grow, you know? So people get that a lot of hate, but it's actually weird when you think about how reliant you have to be to have a flushing toilet on things like the utility, right? What are you gonna do if the system goes down where you flush your toilet? You know how many people are gonna die of like illness when the toilets don't flush? A lot. Or if you have a septic system, then you got to empty that thing, or if something breaks in it, right? It's not a good position. You don't want to be in that position, man. I know it sounds crazy, but Mr. NK Cognito says it doesn't come out of the toilet, bro. It does, man. It comes out. It comes out in little droplets, man. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Yeah, toilet paper is disgusting as well. That's true, man. You know, you got to get one of those little sprayers. Get one of those butt sprayers. Oh, man. That's true, man. Chris Bernard, 5-gallon bucket with a toilet seat and a shovel, baby. You know? Man, I know it sounds crazy, guys, but you know, I mean, the thing is, like, when you're going down that self-sufficient path, it's like you start to think of things in a different way. You got to think, like, what is there in my life that could potentially make me a slave, right, to the system, right? We want to get out of the system. That's why a lot of us got into crypto in the first place, right? We're trying to get out of the system. So part of being free means less comfort and more responsibility. The more free you are, the more responsibilities you have. And the less responsibilities you have, the more of a slave you are. And that's a hard pill to swallow, but it's true. You know, you got a lot of these people out there that talk a big game about being free and American and all this stuff, but they're slaves, right? And I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's the reality of the situation. you know? Okay, so I don't know if I understand this question. Can you teach us how to understand proper breakout / deviation and on what levels we have to check? So if you're talking about shorting a fake out, right? Or longing a fake out, like this long down here was basically a fake out of the low. What we want to see is we want to see divergences. That's going to tell us it's a fake out. So I don't really look for necessarily a level, but here's a good example, okay? So yesterday, one of the levels that we were looking to short was this level right here, right? Let's take a look. This level right here, this 23,894, and the only reason we were looking to short that is because it was a previous high, right? That's it. It was a high, and that's it. So if we come back to that high, let's say, which we did, right? We took out the high. This was our high right here. And we do so with bearish divergences, right? Which we did. To me, this is telling you that it's an unsustainable high. Now, we don't know, just looking at my chart right now, what levels of support or resistance we have above us here. But just based on the fact that we are getting bearish divergences as we take that high is enough to say this is a fake out. But then if we actually zoom out here, we can see that we actually do have a key zone of resistance also right at that level, which is this trend line, right? This trend line right here. And so you can say, okay, look, if we get a breakout with bearish divergences, I know it's probably a fake out. But then you can say what level of resistance is above that where I could actually get my entry target, right? Or my take profit on the long target, right? So the level, you're going to have to look for something. But in general, if we're looking for range breakouts, then we just want to look for those previous highs and those previous lows, right? Like, for example, every long trade I've taken this morning was a fake out of the low, right? I've taken 3 longs this morning. The first one from right here, because it was a fake out of the previous low with a bullish divergence. The second one was right here because it was a fake out of the low with a bullish divergence, right? And the third one right here because it was a fake out of the low with a bullish divergence, right? And that's the long I'm still in right now, which may get stopped out at the entry, right? I don't know. I don't know. I have my stop loss at the entry here. So that's how you're going to be looking for those. That's how you're going to be looking for those. You're going to be looking for those divergences. And when money flow agrees, that's even more juicy. So if you're looking at Market Cipher and you're seeing the money flow is getting higher as the price is getting lower, that's a really good entry. So a good example of that would be this. Like if we take a look at Market Cipher B and we turn off our waves and stuff, right? And we just keep on the money flow only. Let's just do that. You know, a lot of times the money flow in Market Cipher is, for me, one of the best indicators. So if we're just literally only using money flow, right? If you're seeing that price is getting lower like this and money flow is getting higher like this, that's also a really good indication that it's a fake out, right? That's a really good indication that it's a fake out. And same with this high right here, right? Look at this one. This money flow does not lie. Like, it does not lie, right? Look at this. The money flow getting higher as the price is getting lower. That doesn't lie, right? That does not lie. Because if money's coming into the market and price is getting lower, that's telling you there's an imbalance. There needs to be a correction, right? That's what that's telling you. Let's go down to our 1 minute and see what's going on here. See, in this case, we could say this looks bearish because the money flow is coming out, right? The money flow is coming out here. As opposed to this one over here, we could say this was a bullish move because the money flow is getting higher, right? Now, there's no trade setup to be had here because we're not taking out any lows or any highs, right? We're not printing any kind of divergence, but this is just something that we need to keep in mind and tell ourselves, okay, locally right now, money flow is getting lower as price is getting lower. That's not looking very, very bullish. Bullish. You know? All right, let's see. We're going to put back on market Cipher B. There we go. That's what I'd like to see. Awesome. Let's like the stream, guys. We got about 1,200 people in here, about 600 likes. We got about half people like. If you get any kind of positive information on this, make sure to like. And if you hate me and you think I'm ugly, make sure to like. If you think my armpits smell, well, you're right. Make sure to like the video, guys. You know. Wild Pony 69 was a clever joke. Olivia Duda, am I Christian? Well, yes, I would consider myself one. I would consider myself one. D. Milo is striving for comfortable liberty. What do I think is the next position for Bitcoin based on money flow? It's a really tough one, I have to be honest with you. So, my major levels right now for Bitcoin, my major levels are going to be up here at the 24.3 to 24.7 zone for a short trade because of the money flow getting lower here on the 4-hour time frame. That is going to be a very key level where I would look for a short position. This short right here. And then also for longs, I would be looking at. Wow, did we already come down? No, we didn't. We didn't hit that 786 yet. I would be looking for longs. I would be looking for a few areas. First of all, if we are going to reject from here, I mean, really, here's the main zones I'm looking to long on Bitcoin. This is going to be it right down here. This key support resistance flip that we have down here at about 22.2. This would be a key long for me. And, this would actually be a bullish level to long. I'm talking about swing trades right now, guys. Whoa, we're getting an alert. Bitcoin is crossing the level. Bitcoin has just hit VWAP. Uh-oh, we're getting a dump. Wow, look at this, guys. We just had 3 million people short VWAP. Now, let me tell you something. You never want to short VWAP, guys. Remember, we want to buy low and sell high. We want to buy low and sell high. People are selling low right now. 3 million people are shorting the VWAP. That's not kosher, man. Let me tell you. That's straight up against Leviticus 11, Deuteronomy 14. That's straight up unclean, man. You know why? Because this is support, right? We don't want to short support, okay? That's not good. So I don't know what's going to happen here. We're coming down to VWAP. We have 3.3 million plus 1.2 million. We have about 4.5 million shorts opening up at the VWAP. This could be bearish, right? We don't know yet, but we don't want to be those people. We should have been the people shorting if we're going to shorting here when we saw the bearish absorption. When we came up to the top of this little tiny local range with the high and the low and 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 the high, should shorted the high, not wait until we lose the low to short, but, you know, to each their own, you know, not listening to your grandfather, right? What did he tell you when you told him you were going to get into trading? He said, son, let me tell you a thing or two about trading. Investing so dang easy. All you got to do is buy low and sell high, right? Now, I know we might come down from here, but this, if we make a habit of doing this, of selling low and buying high, it might work out sometimes, and that's the trap, right? That's the trap. You know, when you short low and buy high and it works out for you, that's like the drug dealer who gives you some free crack cocaine just to give it a try for the first time. Then you're going to be hooked, and you're going to lose all your money going back to that crack cocaine of shorting the bottom and longing the top. Because let me tell you, it's a rush. When you short the bottom and then Bitcoin dumps another 2, 3, 4%, you're like, dang, I just made all this money shorting after a big dump. Let me try it again. That was pretty fun. Didn't know I could feel that way. Let me try that again. Next thing you know, you're scrounging around stealing money from your mom's purse just so you can short the bottom again, right? That's not what we want to do. No, we're better than that, guys. We're better than that, right? We wait for our levels. We trade accordingly. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Overcome is just a social crack smoker. Okay. Good for you, man. If you can handle it, you know, if you can handle it, man, then by all means, you socially smoke that crack, man. You socially long the bottom over here. I'm just a social, bottom shorter. I'm a social bottom shorter over here. I'm a social bottom shorter. Let's see how it turns out for these social bottom shorters over here, guys. Let's see how it turns out for these social bottom shorters. See, we knew the volatility was coming in. New York is off lunch. Let's see how it turns out for these social bottom shorters here, guys. Look at this. 3 million. 4.5 million. 6 million people shorting the bottom here. 6 million people shorting the bottom in the VWAP. Immediately under the water. Man, that didn't turn out so great, guys. Did not turn out so great. Got me some San Pellegrino up in here. Let's see. Let's check this out. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Look at this now, guys. I mean, potentially right here we've got some bullish CVD going on, right? You see this? See that? Dang, those poor people who shorted the VWAP. Those poor people who shorted the VWAP. Oh my goodness, man. You should have listened to your health teacher when they told you that it was bad to smoke crack. You know what I'm saying? But I understand peer pressure and stuff. Everyone else is shorting. You might as well too, right? If your friends were shorting the bottom, would you do it too? I don't know. Let's see. All right, we're starting to get a little move to the upside. Doesn't really mean much. So let's pull a local fib here from the high to the low. All right, from the high to the low. And we understand that if we are going to short here, the time to short is a retracement into this local golden pocket zone, okay? This, if we're going to be shorting here, right, we definitely don't want to be the people that shorted here. 6.5 million people got absolutely wrecked right now just because they had this whole time to short, and what do? They wait until the dang bottom of the move. Psh. Okay, but if we do want to short now, we may get a second chance up here when we come up to the 6 Juanita Fibonacci level, right? 6 Juanita, she is a girl, my high school crush, always rejecting me, always, because I was in the friend zone, didn't realize it, right? Look at the type of rejection that happened. Look at the heartbreak that ensued after I asked her if she wanted to go get pizza with me. I didn't know she was a vegan and gluten-free, okay? She was a gluten-free vegan. I asked her if she wanted pizza. She looked at me with the most disgusting look on her face when I asked her out for pizza and said, Jason Casper, you are the most disgusting human I've ever met, right? So this is where we would want to be looking for a potential short. Now let's come back to our exchange here. Oh man, wow, look at this pump, man. Let's go, Bitcoin. Man, those poor people who shorted the low, guys. This is why we listen to our grandfather and buy low and sell high. Okay, so if we're going to short, this is the place to short. If we're going to short, this is the place to do it, right? Now, I don't know because I haven't looked at any confirmations, but if I was going to short, I would short right now, and I would put my stop loss right here, and I would target the lows again, okay? This is what I would do. I haven't looked at my confirmations. Let's see if there's any reason to take a short here. Is there any reason to take a short here? We have lots of trapped longs at the low right now. Let's check out Market Cipher B. Let's check out our 1 minute Market Cipher B. It's hard to say, actually. We could see a trigger wave coming here. So, I mean, I wouldn't short here personally, but if there was a short to take right now, it would be from here. If there was a short to take right now, it would be from right here. I'm not doing it, but you know, this is a setup. We have a setup right here, right? This is an actual setup. If you believe we're coming lower from here, right? And this move has convicted you in your soul to short the bottom, right? Because you're so convicted that we're going lower. This is the place to short right here. This is the place to do it. Why? Because we're coming up to local resistance. We know that historically, 6 Juanita will not go out with us. She's a vegan and gluten-free. She doesn't eat that GMO wheat, nor does she eat that gross factory farm non-organic cheese. She only eats raw cheese, and she doesn't eat raw cheese because she's a vegan, right? She thinks life would be better without agriculture. She just eats fake plastic foods and all that, right? That's how cool she is. All right, so this would be the place to be looking for a short. Now, we also know if 6 Juanita does go out with us on a date, we have her older sister just above us, the 786 fib level. Now, 786, yeah, she's definitely not going to go out with you. She's not even into dudes. In fact, she might be a dude. In fact, she could beat up your dad. People say she looks like me. What do you guys think? Does 786 look like me? They say we have the same eyes and lips. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Yeah, so this is the short to take, guys. If we're going to be taking a short, this is definitely the short to take. You know what I'm saying? Man, those poor souls who shorted the... Now, they're still open, right? They're still open. And now we kind of have to wait and see. Like, we could see a sign right now on this chart. Depending on how long we hold around here, we could get real confirmation to say that we're going to come down from this zone, right? We may get real confirmation right now. What would we be looking for? We'd be looking for maybe like a little range around here, and then we'd want to see something like this. We'd want to see absorption of FOMO longers longing into the 6 Juanita, right? Because that's how the market moves, right? It's just whales feasting on FOMO traders, you know? FOMO shorts get wrecked. Maybe we'll see some FOMO longs get wrecked. It's too early to tell right now, but this is definitely the place to be looking for a local short, right? If we're gonna come lower, this is the place we're gonna come lower from, guys. This is gonna be it, right? So, in the future, to everybody who shorted down here, in the future, wait it out. Wait it out. If price starts dumping like that after a range like this and we lose the range to the downside, don't short the bottom. Wait it out. Pull your fib from the high to the low and then mark out that place where 6 Juanita and 7860 live. And remember, when you were in high school, you never had a girlfriend ever because you tried to ask her out and she rejected you. And then you tried to ask out her older sister and she rejected you as well. All right, let's see what happens here. Volume is low compared to what happened down here. These shorts are still open. They are convicted. They are holding their position. So at least we know that they're not liquidated, and they didn't even close their trade. They're underwater right now, but they're like, you know what? I am so convinced that we are coming down from here. I'm going to hold my short from the bottom. They are in the red right now, about 0.3%, which might not seem like a lot, but it is if you're using some leverage here, right? All right, so looks like we're getting our rejection from the 6 Juanita. For me personally, there's just not enough confirmation here for me to actually take this trade. But this is just the principles of TA. Like, if we lose the range to the downside, then we pull the fib from the high to the low, and we look for the short when we come back up to that 6 Juanita, which is why we are waiting for me personally, which is why I'm so stoked for a swing trade, a swing short on this level right here, right? Where I will add to my swing short from the 25.3K level if we come up to this 6 Juanita, right? This is the 4-hour time frame. If we get to move up to this 6 Juanita here, that's where we look for the short, right? We don't want to be the people that short down here. It's the same exact principle. We're looking at the 1-minute time frame, right? Looking at the 1-minute time frame, and we just saw everybody short the low, and then we pulled our fib nice, calm, cool, and collected to see the next resistance, right? That's what we're looking for now on this high-term time frame. It doesn't matter what time frame you're on, 1 minute, 4 hour, it's all the same, right? It's all the same. And it's the same with the long trade, right? Like, we're waiting for supports and resistances. All right, here we go. We're starting to get a little dumperoni and cheese, and the music is agreeing with us as we dump down here. We're dumping down. 6 Juanita has rejected us. It hurts. Yes, it hurts, guys. And let's see if the people who shorted the bottom are going to be fruitful, right? Maybe it is their first time trying crack or meth, right? The drug dealer gave it to them for free. He said, look, just try shorting the bottom once. See if you like it. They're going to hold their position into profit, right? And then maybe hopefully they don't become an addict of buying high and selling low before they end up stealing all their parents' money so they can get more money to buy high and sell low. All right, let's see what's going to happen here. We can even pull out a local fib from this low to this high and see, oh my goodness, look at how the fib levels are so respected, guys. We're on the 1 minute time frame, right? Fib level to fib level, respected, man. These levels are so respected. Don't mess with the fib, right? Do not mess with that fib. Can you believe this, guys? The amount of respect that these levels get is absolutely insane to me, right? It's absolutely insane to me. How do I see Bitcoin performing over the next year? Nagatoshi Sagmoto. I don't know, man. I'm actually kind of bullish on it. I'm actually pretty dang bullish on Bitcoin over the next year. I'm actually legitimately bullish on Bitcoin over the next year. Even if we put in a lower low, I'm still bullish. So I think the bottom of the bear market is in. I don't think the bull market's here, but I think the bottom of the bear market is in. Why do I trade on ByBit and MEXC? Well, I like those exchanges. I like them. I don't experience slippage. My orders get filled nice. The mobile apps are easy to use. Shout out to Noah. God bless you, man. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, that's right. So Kenny G says basically PA is going nowhere. Yeah, I could see for the next year price action basically trading in a giant range between anywhere from 9K to 35K. I know it sounds crazy, but yeah, I could see us just kind of doing that. What do I feed my chickens? That's a good question, Cali Crop Doc. I let them free range, so they eat a lot of food that they just find on their own. But when I do feed them additional feed, I get it from a local farm that grows organic, corn-free, soy-free chicken feed. Now, I know that sounds super, hipster of me, but I don't... I don't want to feed my hens this GMO corn, and I definitely don't want to feed them GMO soy. You know what I'm saying? So I get it from a local farm in my area. I try to avoid the large box store feeds, right? Because I don't trust it. I don't know where it's from. Actually, making crypto my B1 TCH, I actually do feed my chickens chicken. I do feed them chicken. I know that sounds crazy, but I do feed them chicken. And I feed them old chicken bones. I know this is crazy, man, but yeah, I feed them chicken. What we do after we slaughter our chickens, our roosters, we make bone broth after we eat the meat, and we give those bones right back to the chickens, man. And we give them eggshells as well. And we also use the eggshells for the garden. All right, shout out to Grant Terry. This is a very interesting comment. Grant Terry says, I used Fibonacci time to predict the next bull run top, which is the 18th of March, 2025. And the price said 92,223. We shall see. Well, that's awesome, man. All right, I'm going to screenshot this right now because this is very interesting, man. Let's see if this is true. All right, guys. So here's a little recap of what just happened, right? We're getting some volatility. The New Yorkers are off lunch. What happened? We had 6 million people short the exact bottom, get immediately wrecked. They didn't wait for resistance at the golden pocket. We got resistance at the golden pocket, a little rejection, but then we found support at none other than the local golden pocket. Man. And, you know, I personally did not take this short trade that I have on my screen if anybody's joining the stream, but we were just pointing out the fact that if you're going to short right here, which is basically the middle of a... I mean, we're on the 1 minute time frame, right? So for me, this is my scalping range right here. I've been taking shorts from up here all day, and I've been taking longs from down here all day. This is my scalping range. But if you're the kind of guy who likes to take a trade in the middle of a 1 minute range, okay, which to me, this is a no trade zone, we could say, okay, on the 30-second time frame, we have a clear range, right? What we would want to do is, if we're trading a range, and it doesn't matter what time frame we're on, if we're trading a range and then we lose the range to the downside, this is not the time to ever short, right? What do we want to do? We want to say, okay, we're losing the range to the downside. I want to look for a short. So what am I going to do? I'm going to pull the Fibonacci retracement tool from the high to the new lower low, and we're going to look for a short in between the 618 and the 786, right? That's the way to approach. We don't want to be those FOMO shorters. Exactly, Days Trader. The food cycle is perfect just the way God made it. I agree with that, right? Everything works in a cycle. You know, you got all these hipsters talking about sustainability, but then they're like, vegan. That's not sustainable. That's not sustainable. I'm sure. You could argue it could be healthier for you. I don't know. I'm not a doctor out here, right? But it's definitely not sustainable. If you're just living on the land, you're not going to be a vegan, right? It has to all work together. That is the cycle that will sustain a life of plants, animals, and humans, right? Plants, animals, and humans all need each other. Yo, 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 shout out to Around the Blockchain. What's going on around the blockchain? Around the Blockchain says, invert my man boobs. We'll have to work on that. Yeah, permaculture. That's the way to go. Permaculture. That is the way to go. I have 7 trades open. Are you right? Well, let's see. I'm long and short. And I'm long. And I'm short. And I'm also in another long on a different exchange that's not logged in. So let's see. That's 5 trades. I have currently 5 Bitcoin trades open right now. 5 Bitcoin trades. All of them are in profit. All of them are guaranteed 100% winning trades. So 5, not 7. And this is a juicy entry, I do have to say. They're all juicy entries. Actually, the least juicy entry is are these scalp trades. This long trade is a pretty sloppy entry, I do have to say, from this low. All right, so we're starting to get another dump down. So look, here's the thing, guys. Like we said, if we are going to come lower, this is the place that we're going to reject from. This is the place that we are going to reject from. Let's check out if our guys who shorted the exact bottom are still in their trades. They're still in their trades, guys. They're still in their trades, which to me, now we really... Okay, so here's what we really need to do. We already got a bounce from the local golden pocket here. If we see more shorts open up here above VWAP, right? If we see more shorts open up here above VWAP, and we see more millions of shorts opening above the VWAP, and price does not lose the VWAP, then these shorts are absolutely about to get wrecked. Look at all of them here. That's a lot of shorts. Millions of them. Right into support, man. Let's see. We're starting to form some kind of a consolidation pattern here. We're starting to form some kind of a consolidation pattern. Did you miss the pump song? No, you did not miss the pump song. Shout out to Nick from Around the Blockchain. It's not Deezy. It's Nick. What's going on, Nick? Shout out to Dave Digital in the chat. What's up, John Thomas? God bless you, bro. Do I only have chickens? Right now, I only have chickens, man. I was down the goat path for a while. Now I'm off the goat path. I'm trying to get back on the goat path. That's a goal for this year, is to get 4 goats for meat and milk. Right now, we're getting all our dairy and meat from a local farm. That's actually not so local. We have to drive kind of far to get to it. But, you know, it's important that you know where your meat and dairy comes from. It's important that you know the people who are raising your meat and your dairy. You know, you got all these hipsters out there getting all upset about factory farms. Well, then just don't buy your crap from the factory farms. Like, know who your farmers are, you know? When the supply chain goes down, if you're friends with local farmers, they'll probably still sell to you, because here's the thing, they're not going to be able to sell to everybody, but the people they already know, they're probably going to still keep their clients, right? So I advise everybody, produce as much food as you can, get to know your local farmers in your local area, support them, especially if they're doing it humanely, organically, right? They're raising animals the right way, healthy animals, taking care of their animals the right way, letting them out in the pasture and in the field where they belong, you know? All right, so the dollar right now is allegedly pumping like crazy. Let's check it out. The dollar is getting a pump on the 1 minute time frame here. Wow. Yeah, dollar is getting moved to the upside. Money flow coming in on the dollar. Let's check out the S&P. Oof. Hanging on for dear life right over here on the S&P. And Bitcoin's also hanging on for dear life, guys. We do have to say, let's check this out again. What happens here is going to really be a determining factor. Are we going to see longs being absorbed locally here, or are we going to see shorts being absorbed locally? That's going to determine the direction of this move here. That's going to determine the direction of this move right here, guys. Let's see what happens. Man, let's see what happens here, because we know we're not overly bullish or bearish here. Not yet. You know, we've got a few longs opening up here. Nothing to write home about. Nothing compared to these millions of shorts that shorted support. And also, you know, I can't help but notice that technically we've got some bullish CBD that printed right here. Right? Even though we had some bearish CBD up here. Now we've got some bullish, and all those shorts that shorted the bottom just ruining everyone else's short. You know, don't you hate it? When you're in a nice short and then the pencil necks come and short the VWAP just to ruin it for you? That's the worst, man. That really is. Shout out to Surface 9. Surface 9, that's a good question. When do I choose to snipe entries versus waiting for a reaction and getting a worse entry? It's honestly, man, it's Market Cipher B. Like, if I see divergences and money flow on Market Cipher, I'll take a sniper entry, because I trust that thing, man. I trust it. Shogun Crypto tried goats, but he's back to women now. Women. Interesting. Well, you know, I'm not here to judge people. Have I ever drank milk directly from the goat's nipple? Nah. No, I never have. I never have, but I do drink it raw from the bottle. But not never from the goat's nipple. All cows are raised on pasture, but they're finished in feedlots. Yeah, sure. I don't know. I don't know what goes on there, right? I don't really know. I've heard crazy things. I've seen crazy things. I know some cows that they say are grass-fed are actually finished in feedlots, given GMO corn and all this. Look, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just a big proponent of knowing where your food comes from. Bobby S., I do not ever plan to raise cows, and the reason why is because it's just not feasible for me to raise cows on my property. I only have about 6 acres. I'd rather raise smaller goats, and also to process a cow for meat would be very difficult for me to do. I don't really have a place to do that. Goats, you could actually do that. The animal is small enough. I don't think I could handle a cow, you know? That's why we go the goat route here. Yes, I do have a greenhouse, Jesse. I do have a greenhouse. But honestly, I'm not really using it much this year. In fact, this year is going to be the first year that I don't start anything inside. It's going to be a really warm year. The last frost is in April. I'm going to do everything pretty much direct sow this year. Because last year, I was flopping and groping with the indoor plants and stuff. And I'm just going to direct sow everything. I know exactly what I'm planting this year. We're expanding as we do every year. You know, we're still eating from last year's harvest, guys. We're still eating good from last year's harvest. In fact, my wife's just telling me today we have so much kale in the freezer from last year's harvest still. And chard and beets and squash and all this stuff. We got tons of potatoes still from last year's harvest. And the ones we don't finish, we're going to use to plant again. Do I read any versions of the Bible that are not King James? Yeah, of course, man. Why, do we got any KJV onlys in the house? We're past the dodgy hour before the 4 o'clock pump coming in. Yeah, we usually get that 4 o'clock pump coming in here. How do you keep your vegetables from spoiling? Well, there's 3 different ways. There's 3 different ways. You could, first of all, you could dehydrate or freeze dry them. You could can them, or you could freeze them. That's how you do it. You have to can, dehydrate, or freeze. And all of those things are great ways to preserve your vegetables. Now, you're not going to be eating fresh vegetables in the winter unless you have an indoor. We do have a hydroponic system. I did not use it this year, right? It doesn't give me enough food for the amount of work that it takes. So I'm not growing any indoor stuff this year. We decided that we're going to do everything outdoor, and we're going to preserve it, and that's what we're going to eat through the winter. And we do go to the store still, guys. Like, we buy fresh produce, you know. But here's the thing. I'm doing this with the mindset that there could come a day where I can't go to the store, right? So I want to have the homestead up and running so that if it ever comes a day where I can't go to the store, then I already have the systems in play that are going to sustain me and my family. And we're doing it as if we can't go to the store, right? So that means we give away a lot of our produce and stuff if we don't finish it or whatever. But we're doing it with the mindset that this very well could be one of the main ways that we have to sustain ourselves in the future, because I don't know what the future's gonna come. That's true, Daniel. Also fermenting. So my wife, she makes some really good sauerkraut, and she makes these other lacto-fermented vegetables and stuff, and she gives them to the kids. And me too. Do we make our own cheese? Yes, we do make our own cheese, but we don't make our own milk yet. So, shout out to my wife, BigButts28, making that good cheese all the time. Best time to trade Bitcoin scalping? Well, New York Open has been great for scalping. Shout out to everyone in the Casper VIP, because we scalped the heck out of this this morning here. A lot of us were scalping this range right here, taking longs and shorts. There were some really good trades to be had this morning. The trades I took this morning were basically I longed here, I shorted here. I'm still holding that short. I longed here. I didn't short here. I thought about it, but I didn't have enough confirmation to compound the short. And then I longed from down here. And those are the trades I took this morning. And it's all from New York Open. It's been very, very nice trading. Very, very nice. Levels respected to the dang dollar. Yeah, it's been really nice. So, look, if we're going to lose now this low, I think we're coming lower. I might even close out the long trade right now locally just to take that profit. and would probably even call it a day. But if we hold this low, let's check out what's happening here. Okay. Yeah, it's not looking actually so great. Actually, I would say that it looks bearish to me right now. This actually looks bearish to me right now. Locally, it looks like we've got some local, yeah, some local, bearish looking stuff going on here. What was that? I just got a message here. All right, so Ajumawi says we are dumping hard, boys. Where did I meet Big Butts 28? In an AOL chat room? Do I ever use Traders Reality indicators? I do from sometimes. Shout out to Dr. Blocks. He says, love the next short trade idea I've seen from the greatest traders in the whole earth on VIP Discord. Nice, man. Look at Dr. Blocks looking super jacked. And Dr. Blocks, this morning, man, you were totally right about this short, man. You called it, bro. Dr. Blocks was like, man, bearish as heck right here. He called it. Look at that. Look at that drop, man. That's a good call, Dr. Blocks. Best time frame for Bitcoin, Hardik? Hardik, don't spam the chat, bro. But there is no best time frame for Bitcoin. There is no best time frame for Bitcoin. It's all about the levels, right? And then we have to use the time frames to make decisions, right? The time frames are letting us see the same thing from a different resolution to make a decision, right? But I wouldn't say that there's a best time frame to trade. It depends on a lot of things, like what's the context of the range that you're trading. Are you trading if you're trading a range like this small, then obviously the 1 minute is going to be the best time frame to take those trades. If you're trading a time frame a range a little bit bigger like this one, then we're going to be looking at like the 6 minute, the 12 minute. But if we're zooming out even more, and let's say we're trading like, you know, on the 1 hour time frame, then, you know, this entire chunk of price action is totally irrelevant on the 1 hour time frame, right? We wouldn't be taking any trades in here on the 1 hour time frame. We'd be looking for trades from more of these levels, right, on the 1 hour time frame. So it really depends on like what you're looking at. You got to identify a range, and then once you have that range identified, then you got to just determine, okay, what is a likely time frame for me to see an entry on here, you know? All right, I just got a notification from Traders Reality. Oh my goodness. All right, let's see what's going on here. We came down to the VWAP. Oh man, we are dropping like a... Okay, crap, let's check this out. Oh my goodness. Is this frozen or is this real? Oh man. Okay, so we just put in a lower low here, guys. All right, so this is getting serious, man. This is getting serious. All right, we need to come to a real chart and be looking at real levels here. Dang it. Guys, I hate to do this, but I have to pee so bad right now. I'll be right back. Watch the chart for me, all right? Watch the chart for me. I'll be right back. I can't take this anymore. My bladder's going to explode. Oof, man, I feel like a new man. Oh, now I can finally relax and look at these charts. Man, that was intense, guys, let me tell you. And when the price dropped, I felt my bladder drop as well. Shout out to everybody who's still here. Okay, so let's see what's happening. Okay, so we came down below VWAP, and we just got a local CDW of that. So we got a big drop, but we do see some bullish divergences coming in here. We're just chopping around. Let's see, what do we got going on here now? I don't know. But these guys are still holding their shorts. They're still convicted on them, but they're still not in profit. That's the thing. They're still not in profit. So, I don't know. Wow. Look at that. Wow. Okay. So, we got that big drop. Again, I'm still not going to close the long trade, guys. I'm not. I'll be satisfied with my profit on the long trade, because if we dump from here and my long gets closed out, well, I'll honestly look for a long from a little bit lower as well, because here's the thing. We do have some important areas of support just below us as well. If we take a look at the chart here, we can see that this entire green box is very key support. It's very key support, and we can see that even if we get another drop to the downside, we could still get some bullish divergences here. So it wouldn't surprise me at all if we get another kind of CDW here. We have a lot of levels here. We've got a tap daily level just below. We've got the previous day value area high. We've got the previous day point of control, and we have some single prints down here that will be filled. If we take a look at the TPO chart, we can see that we absolutely have some single prints here. And let's take a look at these, okay? Where's those single prints? Do we still have those single prints, or did we fill them? Huh, what was I looking at? Oh yeah, okay, so we still have, yeah, the single prints right here, right? We already dipped into them a few times, but they will end when we come down here to this zone right here. We will fill those single prints, pretty much bouncing off this key support resistance flip right here at about 23,500. So we've got that coming in as well, that 23,500 zone right here. We got the single print, and even below that we've got the weekly VWAP, and so this is just a very nice zone of support right here. Money flow is definitely looking bearish here, so if we do get another low like this, I would still be looking eventually to come down unless we start to see money flow turn up, right? Get turned. That's what the kids are calling it nowadays. Money flow is turned. You know, money flow is getting turned up in here. Shout out to Medi Bakhtak, who says I have good shoulders. Well, thank you. You know, I'm trying to really work on those delts. You know what I'm saying? Just got to eat clean and trend hard. Web or desktop XO? I use both, but primarily I use the web version. I know people hate on the web version, but I like to load it up on my iPad as well. So, have I washed my hands? No, I have not washed my hands, man. And here's the thing. You know, I don't wash my hands when I pee outside because, first of all, I pee outside. I don't touch a dang thing, man. I don't touch a dang thing. You know? I have somebody, I have a servant come over, and I clap my hands, and they come and they unzip my zipper. I don't touch a thing. That's up to them. Shout out to Houston, man. What is going on, bro? God bless you. Pee jugs? Yeah, I do have a pee jug, Dr. Blocks. I keep a pee jug at the side of my bed as well, so... Why long and short at the same time, Nem? Well, I long and short at the same time because, well, I suck at predicting what price is going to do, but I'm good at finding entries. So if I can get a good trade entry and lock in a profit, and I see a trade in the other direction, I'll take that trade and lock in a profit, and then leave the trades open, and whichever way it happens, then, you know, I'm in profit. You know what I'm saying? Scalping or swing trading? I'd say both. I like to do both. I like to hold my swings and then take my scalps, right? So this is a swing long that I'm in right now with a target above the high. And then I'm also in a scalp short and a scalp long right now as well. And, you know, just trading the 1 minute range, basically. And yeah, you might as well take advantage of swings and scalps. The good thing about swing trades is that you don't have to be at the chart constantly. The good thing about scalp trades is also you don't have to be at the chart constantly because you could just come in for the day, take a few trades. You know, if you're gifted with them, that's the thing, right? If you're gifted with them, because we don't always get good scalps. Like, if this was the month of December 2022, I mean, we would have done this for we did this for like the whole week, right? This was the entire week of price action. It was just like this range right here. Horrible times, horrible times. Even made me want to trade stocks. So, yeah. Okay, so ByLalex just got into trading. What would I recommend? Man, I would recommend, I have non-financial advice for you, man. I would highly recommend that you get some kind of a strategy and stick to it and abide by good risk management. And there are very simple trading strategies you can use right out of the box. Like my favorite one is the 1 hour market Cipher B trading strategy. The 1 hour market Cipher B trading strategy. It's a voluntarious, it does no harm. Right? Go to the 1 hour time frame. Right? And here's what you're gonna do. Every time you see the price make a higher high and the momentum wave and the money flow make a lower high, you will take a short trade. And every time you see the price make a lower low and you see the momentum and the money flow make a higher low, you take a long trade, man. That is a very simple strategy, and honestly, I would even recommend more so on the 4 hour, to do it on the 4 hour, man. The trades are not going to come up very often, but let's just back test every single time that happens. Money flow and momentum on the 4 hour making a low, like, let's just mark out all the trades that we could have taken here, right? Could have taken so many trades. Could have shorted all of this just on the 4 hour. These are all short trades we could have taken just using that strategy, right? Just using that strategy of waiting for the 4 hour money flow and momentum waves to do the opposite of price. So if price is getting higher and we see that the 4 hour momentum waves and money flows are getting lower, that is our short trade, right? And so right here, we would have been able to take our first short trade right here, okay? And confirmation, the candle closed right here. We would have had from confirmation, from candle close, right? Candle was this blue candle. We ended up with a juicy 4.2% move to the downside. The second time this happens, This one doesn't necessarily count because we didn't get a red dot. That happens again right here. We get candle closing right here. After the candle's already confirmed, we get another 5% move to the downside. Then again, we have it right up here. And this one, this one right here, after candle closes, we would have been in drawdown for a little bit, but this would have been a very, very, very nice short trade that we could still be holding right now. And the way you're going to do it is you don't even need to know levels of support and resistance if you're going on the 4-hour. You're going to use low leverage, and what you're going to do is you're going to have to set it up so that your stop loss goes above the last high that is put in. Okay, so for example, if we're taking this trade right here, this last one right here, after the red dot prints and confirms right here, okay, that means our trade setup needs to be, the stop loss needs to go above the last high, like this. And I would recommend shooting for a take profit at what a 2-to-1 risk reward, right? So basically what you want to do is set your first TP when the price comes down 2 times more than what you're risking, and you only want to risk 1% of your account per trade. Okay, now it's going to take a little bit longer to do that when you're using lower leverage like this, but this is a great way to learn. Okay, let's see how many winning trades we would have had here with our 2-to-1 risk reward. Right here, stop loss would have had to go above the high. Right, stop loss goes above the high. And then we're shooting for a 2-to-1 risk reward for our first take profit, which is coming in right here. Okay, so basically if we're putting our whole account on the trade, we're risking 1% to make 2%. And the way I would actually do this is I would take half the trade out when we get to that 2-to-1 risk reward, and then keep a position of the trade open, and then continually hit little take profits on the way down, right? So this would have been a winning trade. We would not have been stopped out of this one with a 2-to-1 risk reward. We would have hit our take profit. Then we get to this one right here, right? We wait for that 4-hour red dot to confirm, the candle closes. In this case, we would put our stop loss above the wick, right? We're risking a 1% stop loss, and we're shooting for a 2% gain, right? Which absolutely would have been a juicy winner right here. And this is being very conservative. Like on the 4-hour time frame, we could honestly shoot for 3-to-1, right? We could shoot for 3-to-1, but I'm being conservative here, right? This one, we hit the I mean, all 3 of these trades right now, we could have done way more than a 2-to-1 risk reward, right? So right now we have 3 winning trades, and then right down here, what do we have? We have a long trade coming in, right down here. We wait for this green dot to confirm on the 4-hour. We enter right here. We put our stop loss below the wick. Stop loss goes below the low, and we shoot for a 2-to-1 for our take profit 1. That is going to be a 4% move to the upside, and then I would take half the trade out there and then hold it and keep setting little take profits along the way up. So right now, literally 1, 2, 3, 4 setups in a row that we see on the chart, and all 4 would have been winning trades. And then what happens? We get another potential short from this high up here, because we see that as the price is getting higher, the momentum waves are getting lower, and this is a little bit more difficult one to spot, but we see also the money flow getting lower. And in this case, we would have taken the short trade from right here at the confirmation of our red dot. So this candle closed right down here. This is not the best setup in the world because we need a pretty high stop loss, okay? And we still shoot for that first take profit 1 at a 2-to-1, and we would have literally hit that almost to the dollar here, and then we hold out on the trade for more, right? So this is basically, right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades, and all 5 of them would have been winning trades, man. If you're a beginner, this is what I recommend, right? This is what I recommend, man. It's very hard to mess this up if we're using good risk management. Yes, if you have a small account, like $100, your gains are going to be very slow. You're going to be making like $2 a trade, depending on your stop loss, maybe even less than that, bro. Like if you have $100. and you're really sticking by good risk management, but it will get the, if you're doing this on the 4-hour time frame, you can do this on lower time frames as well. And when you add more technical analysis to your trading, levels of support and resistance, the same basic principles apply on lower time frames. This is getting you into the habit of going through the right motions so that when you are trading on lower time frames, you're not screwing it up, you know? So all right, we got spammers in here, guys. Don't spam the chat, all right? If you spam the chat, we're going to have to ban you. All right, so Evan Wolfson says, would you say exocharts or coin lines are imperative to implementing your strategy well, or could one success with market cipher divs and key levels alone? So I did not use any kind of order flow until about 1 year ago, and I was trading with market cipher divergences alone. But here's what I'll say. You're not going to get as many potential setups without coin lines or exocharts. You're not going to get as many setups. It doesn't mean that it's imperative to trading. It just means you're not going to get as many setups because there's not as many confirmations. But in general, when you're trading the range from the low to the high, market cipher is going to give you those confirmations most of the time, especially if we're dealing with like a range, a multi-day range, right? Most of my bigger trades, I'm not looking at order flow to enter. Most of my bigger trades, I'm looking only at market cipher. Because it will clear away a lot of the noise in my mind as well. I do have to say, so for today, all 3 longs that I've taken today were based on market cipher only. The short trade that I took was based on what I saw in the order flow. So I probably would have missed out on this short trade here without the order flow because it was a very bearish CVD divergence, and at first I wasn't necessarily sure if I was going to enter. When I saw the CVD divergence, I entered. But these long trades down here, CDWs, very, very nice on market cipher just to get in with the bullish divergences. So I've taken 3 longs today and 1 short. 3 longs with market cipher, 1 short with order flow. And this is scalping a 1-minute range, right? So this is a 1-minute range. But if we're dealing with higher term time frames, like if we're trading the 1 hour, then when I say higher term time frames, I mean higher term levels. Like today, every trade I've taken was in this little thing here. Like, what even is this? Right? I don't know. But if we're dealing with levels like this, right, then market cipher is all you need. This short right here, so dang obvious with market cipher. And we were looking for it to happen anyway, right? I was looking for the 1 hour bear div coming up to that zone. We don't need order flow for that, right? What else? This one right here. Also, we don't need order flow for that. It's market cipher is giving us that confirmation right there. Let's see what else we had the other day was the short from this daily level, right? This was a short setup that we gave yesterday, and this was a long setup that we gave yesterday. If we take a look at market cipher when we came to those levels, look at this. 6-minute bear div. That's all we need. We come back down to the low, the long that we gave yesterday, bull div, right? I mean, it's just, we don't need the order flow to if we're trading these larger ranges. But if we're trading a 1-minute range, high to low, you're not going to get as many confirmations unless you're using order flow. You're not, right? So for scalping, I recommend it. For day trading and swing trading, totally not necessary, in my opinion. And even for scalping, you know, I scalped a long time without order flow as well, and I didn't get as many trade entries, but the ones I got were pretty good because those divs don't lie. You know, the cheeks don't lie, y'all. Cheeks don't lie. But that's a good question, man. What if you don't have market Cipher? What would you look at for money flow? I don't know, ADD Dad. I don't know. I know there's other money flow indicators out there, but none of them are the same, so I don't know. Yes, I'm using TradingView to view the chart. VIT, TradingView. Do we still have spammers in here? Alright, hang on. Let's see what we can do. I'm gonna add some mods in here. All right, shout out to David Sherbert. He's a KJV only guy. All right, all right. I'm not KJV only. I respect KJV. I respect it. I respect the KJV. Surface 9 is a mod. Sudeep, I'll make you a mod. Digital Dave, I'll make you a mod as well, man. Alright, cool. We got 3 new mods. You guys better watch out now. Heisenberg, yeah, I'll make you a mod too, Heisenberg, yeah. Alright. Alright. Cool, cool. Thank you guys. You guys are the best. What do I think of the free version of Market Cipher? Look, I think you can get by with it, but I definitely don't think it does not give as nearly as accurate signals as the real one, right? So, look, if you don't have the money to get real Market Cipher, then you're obviously going to have to use other indicators, right? But for me, like, you could get by with anything, right? You could get by with the RSI, you get by with any old oscillator, really. But the combination of signals that the real Market Cipher gives you, in my opinion, is just can't be beat. It just can't be beat, right? So, might as well go with the real deal. You know what I'm saying? Is MACD okay? Man, I'm really not a fan of the MACD at all. I don't get why people use the MACD, right? That's one of the first indicators everyone talks about. I'm just not a fan of it, right? I know people use the divergences, right? Like this one that we had right up here. But a lot of times those divergences are not... they're not as juicy as they could be, right? Especially on lower term time frames. I'm not really a fan of the MACD. You could use it. The histogram, you know, I guess you could use that for divergences. But you're not going to get as many good signals with it. If any oscillator I like, it's the Awesome Oscillator. Check out the Awesome Oscillator. That's a good oscillator to use. The AO. Check out the AO. Awesome Oscillator. This thing is a pretty nice oscillator. It's very different than the MACD, but I like this one because it gives good divergences, right? So if the AO is getting lower and the price is getting higher, there's a pretty good indication that that we've hit a significant high or significant low. I actually like the AO. The AO, the RSI. Yeah, I mean, there's lots of different oscillators that can be used here, guys. So, all right, so we're starting to get a little bit lower. We're starting to bleed down here, and the short is in very good profits. The long is not in very good profits here. Let's be watching our chart right now. Okay, so we can see that things are not looking too bullish on the 12-minute anymore, right? It looks like if we come down below these lows here, we're printing a lower momentum wave now, money flow crossing into the red. Let's check out what is going on in the order flow chart as well. We have a lot of shorts coming in still, guys. And, you know, these shorts were right? They shorted the low. They got their free crack cocaine from their drug dealer, and now they're addicted to shorting the low. Yeah, we're putting in lower lows here, guys. So, I don't know. Looks kind of bearish to me. Looks kind of bearish, you know? Okay. All right. Hey, Jay, how do you do to hit spot on entries on Bitcoin USDT? Okay, here's what I do, man. I mark it in, and when I'm trading USDT, I'm looking at the USD chart, right? So it's very rare, actually, that I enter a trade from the exchange. I'm pretty much entering a trade usually always from the phone or from the iPad. So if I'm here scalping and I'm watching the chart and I'm looking for a long from, let's say, the daily level, I'll wait until the USD chart hits that daily level and I see my confirmations, and then I'll just hit long on the phone for the USDT pair, right? So I'm not like limiting in at a specific place. I'm waiting for the price to get to the level that I want, you know. Yes, there is a discount through me for Market Cipher. So if you use the if you use my affiliate link, use the coupon code Juicy Cheeks, all one word, JUICYCHEEKS, Juicy Cheeks, for a 20% discount on Market Cipher. 20% discount on Market Cipher. Use my affiliate link and Juicy Cheeks, and yeah, there's a discount code. Do I have a group for signals? I don't have a group for signals, but we do give our levels and our trade setups, and we do 3 live streams a day, going through the live price action, walking you through what's happening 3 times a day, and we give setups like the short from the high and the long from the low, and we give levels every single day at patreon.com/Jason Casper. But we are not signal group, right? So there are signal groups out there that literally just send you signals. Buy now, sell now. We don't do that. All right, DXY is breaking resistance. Shout out to Mr. Marks. Why no limit orders? Well, because limit orders are dangerous, Namto H. I mean, sometimes I limit in. I will limit in if it warrants a limit order. So a good example of when I would limit in would be this. If I have a trading plan that I'm looking to trade a specifically like on a retrace, right? So let's say, for example, we were looking to short the golden pocket. Now, I didn't limit in on this, but let's say I was looking for a trade idea like this, right? And I know my stop loss needs to be above the 786, right? Then I would limit order in, and my position size would be based on this idea, okay? In which case I would limit in. But typically I'm marketing into trades, and there's a few reasons for that. Number one, if I'm trading on the USD chart, there's usually a $10 discrepancy between USD and USDT if I'm trading USDT. And secondly, it's like, it's always better if you wait to kind of see what's going to happen there, because it's still a high probability setup to short from here with stop loss above there. But it's not as sure as if you're actually watching what's happening here, right? Otherwise, there's a chance you could just be setting a limit order and it just blasts right through. Shout out to Golden Pocket, man. Thank you so much for the super chat. May God bless you. May God bless you. Yeah, so that's why I don't typically use limit orders. But I do sometimes, but typically I'm marketing in, guys. Make sure to like the video, guys. We got 1,000 people in here, 800 likes. Let's see if we can get 1,000 likes up in here. Trade status for alts. We do trade status for alts as well. Yeah, there's a promo code for Market Cipher. I got to put it in my description. Use the coupon code JuicyCheeks. You got to use my affiliate link and use the coupon code JuicyCheeks and you'll get 20% off. Do I limit in on my scalps? No. I never limit in on my scalps. Well, it depends, actually. Sometimes I do. If I'm there at the chart and I have a specific level, then yes, I will limit in on my scalps. If I have a very specific level, I will set a limit order for the scalp with a stop loss already put there with good risk management, okay? I do that sometimes, but in general, when you're scalping, especially the kind of stuff we were doing today in this range, you gotta be, yeah, I would rather market into the trade. I would rather wait for some kind of confirmation to get me into a trade, right? Because if you're setting limits, sometimes you see the confirmation forming, then you could set a limit. I prefer to market in and limit out. I prefer to market in and limit out. Sometimes I even market in and market out. And I don't even get eaten up by fees. Like, you know, I know I have like VIP on ByBit, so I pay less fees. But market in, limit out is definitely the way to go. It's the way to go, right? But sometimes, more often than not, I'm marketing in. Sometimes I will limit in. It depends on the situation, right? Did my short get clapped yesterday? Was I short yesterday? I think I closed that short. I closed the whole short yesterday. I closed it yesterday afternoon when we came down to my level of support. So we were looking at, what level were we looking at yesterday? We were looking at this. When we came down to my green box yesterday, I closed out that short. I closed it out completely. And I took a long. I took a long yesterday from that box, but it also got stopped out at the entry yesterday. So I closed the short, I opened the long, and unfortunately my long got stopped out yesterday. So what happened yesterday was I took a long from down here, right? Stop loss to the entry. I got stopped out, and then price left without me, unfortunately. But yeah, I did close that short trade from up here. From the first box that we were looking to short, I closed it when I came down here. And unfortunately, guys, yeah, that long that I was in yesterday, it got stopped out. And I was waiting for the 786. I was going to re-enter on the 786, but we never hit the 786, which was a bummer. So, you know, when we look at this, right, the box was basically the area between the value area low and the 786. I was looking to long. So we came down to value area low, and I caught a bounce. Like, it was very close. It was like this. This was like my entry right here. And I hit a TP1 at the point of control. Stop loss to the entry. I got stopped out. I saw that I got stopped out. I had a feeling, because this was right around when Asia opened, right? This was right around when Asia opened here, if I'm not mistaken. So, I was waiting for that 786, and it never came, right? And then price left without me, and then what am I going to do, right? Then there's just no opportunity to long. So, yeah, I didn't long until up here. I got 3 longs in today, and obviously none of them are as good of a move as the long I could have had yesterday. But you know what? It is what it is, man. I'll take what the markets can give me. It's actually been a really good day for me trading, even though I missed the big move. So let that also be a word of hope for people who missed the big move. Doesn't really matter if you missed the big move. because the small moves can still be kind of profitable, you know? Be kind of profitable. The largest trade I'll take in relation to my total account size is 3%, man. 3%, which is like, you know, 3%. That's as much as I do. And that's very rare, man. How do you make folders for support and resistance levels? You just put lines on your chart, right? Like this. And then over here in the object tree, you're going to hold shift and highlight all those lines, and then come over here and click this folder button. It creates a group, right? And then you can turn them all on and off at the same time. It's actually pretty nifty. It's pretty dang nifty. Why do I use the USD chart? It's the levels are respected more. They're respected more. $3% of $1 billion is a lot. Well, I definitely don't trade with $1 billion in my account. I don't even trade with $1 million in my account. Right? So, are we bearish? Asks the Jizz. I don't know. I don't even know, right? We're in this local sideways range. I'm kind of done trading for the day, to be honest with you guys. There's only one more long I would really look to take, and it's if we take out these lows here. So we'll see if we get that. In an hour and 15 minutes, New York closes. We typically get a move after that. It's typically a move to the upside, so let's kind of see what happens. What are my positions right now, Sustainable Minds? Right now, Sustainable Minds, my positions are, I'm in this long that's about to get stopped out at the entry with a small profit. I'm in a short from earlier this morning. I'm in a long from right here at 22,740 from this setup that we gave in the Casper Crew VIP Discord. I'm in a short from 25,286. And then I'm also in a long from right down here on MEXC, which I'm not logged into right now, but I'm in a long from 21.4 as well. So I'm in 3 longs and 2 shorts right now on Bitcoin. Those are my current positions. I'm in no altcoin trades right now. I've been exclusively trading Bitcoin for a while. You know, I don't know why I exclusively trade Bitcoin, guys. I think it's because it's all I really need to be comfortable in my trading. You know, if I could just come in here and trade Bitcoin, I'm just in the groove. I'm in the groove. I don't know how else to say it. I'm in the Bitcoin trading groove. All right, so DXY is dumping now. Let's check out the dollar. Yeah, okay, it's dumping. I mean, this is the 1-minute chart, right? So, you know, when we go to the 1 hour, I'd say that this is bearish market structure on DXY, having come into the golden pocket. So, let's see if Bitcoin can hold support. Let's check out the ES. ES is also dumping. If the ES gets a CDW right here, right? Okay, my Bitcoin long just got closed out. Just got closed out there. All right, let's see. So I just got stopped out at my entry. We're coming down to what could be a key zone of support down here, okay? So let's see what happens, because we know that we do have a potential support right here. Right? And potential CDW. So let's go down to a 1 minute and let's see what's going to happen here. The 1 minute is well, let's see. Yeah, I would look to come down a little bit lower here. Let's see. We can come down a little bit lower and just kind of fill that single print. Let's see if we get a little bounce from this this green line down here. All right, I just did a take profit on my short right there. And we come to the weekly VWAP, previous day point of control. Seeing some pretty bearish-ish signs here. We see no divergence on the 1 minute. Let's see what's happening on order flow here. Ah, it's frozen. All right, so we see a big decrease of open interest here. Big decrease. We have a long ways to go until our next support zone here. We have a golden pocket right here, okay? Oh man, I better like TP a little bit on this. Okay, so we're hitting into a golden pocket. All right, just hit a TP on that short. And the golden pocket might give us a bounce here. Right, we're at the golden pocket. Very well might give us a bounce, but we don't even have a bullish div on the 1 minute here. Let's check out our 6 minute. Yeah, so we're at a local golden pocket right now, guys. That's why we're getting the bounce. We came from this low to this high, and we're at the 618 right now. That's why we're currently getting a bounce right here. But we have a lower golden pocket below us, and right now I don't really like the look of this market cipher at all, like even on the 1 minute. So let's see. 23,222 would be another 23,250 is actually my next take profit on this short is 23,250. So let's see if we can hit that that short. Let's see if we hit that short, guys. 23,250. Come on, baby. Now, you could see what's interesting is we're actually hitting into right now a support resistance flip right here. This last little wick on the 1 hour time frame. And 23,250 is the golden pocket from the low to the high, right? The low to the high right there. That's what we would be looking at, 23,250. So let's kind of come over to the 1 minute chart. Because keep in mind, guys, if we come down to that level, I mean, we have the previous day equilibrium. There is a level we could find support on, but if we come down to this golden pocket level and we're seeing some bullish divs on the 1 minute, that could provide us a scalp from this golden pocket right down here. We also have daily open down here. We have the golden pocket. We have the daily open. We have the high volume node of the range. You know, it's a nice little zone of support. So let's kind of see what happens as we get a move down there. And yeah, so let's check it out. Yeah, so we know basically we're looking for a long scalp right around where we're going to TP next on this short trade. And I like that we're getting a little support right here. Because this will allow us to potentially build a bullish divergence. Let's see what's happening on order flow. I hate how this freezes up when there's volatility. Let's set an alert here. Guys, make sure to like the stream. We got 1,200 people in here. Only a few likes. All right, so we have shorts opening up at the low here. We have shorts opening up at the low. Longs getting wrecked, but in general, we have a lot of shorts opening up. Let's go to our 5-minute time frame here. CVD is completely bottomed out here. Let's go to our 15-minute time frame and take a look here. Wow, CVD is really bottomed out here. We could get an interesting bullish divergence on the 15-minute here. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens, guys. As we drip down, we do have a TP set down here right above to front run this golden pocket, guys. You know, who would have thought a little scalp this morning would be so dang juicy? Now, we're watching to see as we come down to this golden pocket. You know, we've got our previous day levels here as well. We know that we have some supports right in this zone right here as well. But so far, to me, we see money flow getting lower here. What I would really want to see is I would want to see something like this, maybe. Boom. And bottom out right here. Or form some kind of range here, like this. Start to range, and then all of a sudden, ah! And that would be our potential long setup right there. Potentially. We have to wait and see how this kind of plays out right now, because clearly things are looking bearish on the 12-minute right now. There's no hope of bull div here right now. None at all. There's no hope of bull div. So the trade we're looking for from here would be a scalp trade. We would be looking for a scalp trade from here. If we get some kind of bullish divergence on like the 1 minute, we would look for something like this. I would look for something like this, maybe something like this, and then actually come down a little bit lower. We got to wait it out and see, guys. We got to wait it out and see. Yeah, so 12 minutes looking bearish. The 6 minutes definitely looking bearish here, guys. Man, was this actually our high for the week? It's a Wednesday, and typically on Wednesdays we put in our weekly high. That would be depressing if that was our high for the week, man. Sheesh. Where is my golden pocket? In my chart, we're already hitting it. Okay, yeah, Divine Hood. So my golden pocket is from the low. Not from this local low at 23,000, but from the low before that we put in over the weekend. The low from all the way down here. That's the golden pocket I have pulled. I have the macro golden pocket. Yes, right now, the local golden pocket is right here. And we actually lost it, and then we backtested just recently the 618 as resistance. So that is bearish. Like, things are definitely looking more bearish than bullish right now. So where would I be looking for a scalp? I'm looking for a scalp in this area right here. Potentially even the daily open. But yeah, somewhere in this zone, I'm looking for a scalp long right now. I don't see any potential, like, bigger moves coming in right now just because of the way market Cipher is so dang bearish. Money flow's coming out here. It's not looking very bullish, if you know what I'm saying, man. It's not looking very bullish. So let's see what happens. Let's see if we can hit this take profit here. The faster we come down, you know, the less likely we are to find support, because we need time for those divergences to be forming here, right? Sometimes we want a fast move because divergences are forming, but other times we don't want to move too fast. Like right now, I would prefer if we start to range a little bit here for a while, you know. The craziest move in live? The craziest move was probably in May when when FTX went down. When FTX went down, that was one of the craziest trades. And also when Luna went down in May, those are some crazy shorts that were live. And then when FTX went down, I didn't even know what happened with FTX. I was just in a short, and when I saw that price dump, I went live because I figured, you know, when Bitcoin's dumping, people come into your live. So if you're looking for those views, that's the time to get them. All right, let's front run 6 Juanita just by a hair here. Okay, so we're coming down to the previous day equilibrium right here. Money flow's still coming out. And here we go, previous day equilibrium. Let's see what happens as we tap this level here. Do you guys see this on the chart? It might look too dim for you. All right, let's come back here. Wow, open interest totally decreasing as well. Longs just totally wrecked. Longs just totally wrecked, man. Oh, man, these poor longs. And shorts coming out too. So we're running out of steam here. We just had some long liquidations. Looks like we're running out of steam on this move down right now. So that would be good if we range for a little bit and form some kind of a bullish divergence. If we get one last wick, form some kind of range for a while and then stop hunt the range. That could be our long scalp, the stop hunt of a range that may form here. And of course, we may just bottom out here and pump to 100K. But I'm not really seeing any indicator that we would do that right now. I'm not really seeing any indication that we would do that right now. Doesn't mean we won't, but I'm not seeing any indicator that we will. You know? Man, my armpits are smelling ripe today. Ugh. Excuse me. Whew. Sometimes you just need a good stretch, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Pim in the chat. Trading is all mostly psychology. That's a huge part of it, man. Risk management. When long to wreck is time to long. Yeah, I agree with that, John Thomas. I do agree. When long to wreck is typically time to long. For me, I'm being a little bit patient here. I want to see a better reason to long. When I'm looking at market Cipher right now, I don't see any kind of indication to get me into a long. I would like to range for a little bit, form a little range, maybe stop hunt the range, or come down to an actual level. Like, that's another thing. Like, I'm not seeing an actual level right now to take a trade from either, so I'm in no rush. I'm in no rush. I'm in no rush right now. I mean, we definitely have run out of steam down here. The shorts have closed. Shorts have taken profits. Longs are liquidated. We're probably going to get some kind of retracement here. But I would really like to wait and see some kind of divergence. Or at least come down to a level. Right? We front ran previous day EQ by a little bit there. But we have this juicy golden pocket just below us, right? This juicy golden pocket just below. And if we range here for a while, we could do something like that. Or maybe we go to 100K. Which case, well, I'm ready for it. Because I'm still in the long from lower. Surface 9 is long. Are you long, bro? Or did you just tell me to long? Alright, so Bitcoin versus ETH long from 23,310. Nice. What did we come down to? 23,310. Wow, that's a really good entry, man. That's a good entry. Okay, retest the falling wedge on the 4 hour. Let's check that out. Are we talking about this thing? I don't know. I don't see it. I'm sorry. I don't see the falling wedge on the 4 hour. Are you talking about this? We're talking about this? Oh, so you're looking to come down to retest this? I don't know how I feel about it, to be honest. Alright guys, well I am going to head out, right? I got some stuff to do. It's been a really good stream. Man, may God bless you all. Thank you so much for being here. Make sure to like the stream. And yeah, may the Lord bless you. May He protect you. May He shine light upon you. May He have grace upon you. May the Lord turn His face towards you and give you wholeness and peace in the name of Jesus the Messiah. I pray everybody watching and listening is very blessed in multiple ways, and I'll see you guys in the next stream. Peace.